slightly.
And that learning curve, you know, it takes a while, or that first one. Now I know how to do it pretty quick. I think I have a contractor. That's good.
I'd say right now, you wanna try and buy plywood, good luck. I've heard
I
so.
saw a thing on the marketplace, it says I have 68 pieces of plywood. I'm looking to trade even for a 2021 F-350. Don't try to fool me, I know what I got, or what it's worth, what I got for some.
Yeah.
You know what, I have a stack of plywood about that high.
You can retire just off that.
No, he wanted to add on to the garage and it's still sitting there.
Really?
She's gonna,
You'll be
We're
able
sitting
to
on
retire
gold.
just off that stack of plywood.
Oh, my word.
Well, I heard it's like $30 a sheet or
I
something.
think it's depending on its thickness, but it might be closer to 60.
I would say it's actually around 50, 60 is what I've heard.
Yep.
Mhm.
If it's three-quarter? Oh, no, that's worth,
You
That's
sit on a
60
gold
at
mine.
least.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
60 at a bargain.
Yeah.
If you got a stack that high, you must have about 40 sheets.
Yeah,
check it out before you sell it.
Yeah.
My neighbor's been wanting to buy it from me, but I said about, when we do the garage, take off the old wood siding, it's getting kinda rotten, and we're gonna put that on and then put siding on.
It's probably half inch over speed.
Tamara?
Hello. Yeah.
Well, you're early. I'm
No.
kidding, I'm kidding.
You're
I'm sorry.
You can just come and have a seat at the front table here.
It's Tamara.
Yes, sir. I go by Tammy, but my full name is Tamara.
Tammy, when we get started, would you please pull this down close so that as we record, so people can hear you closer?
Closer?
Yeah. you can pull it, yeah.
Is that better?
Sorry.
That way.
No, you're fine. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's so people, when they watch the video, can hear us.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I mean, we need to hear,
Yes, that's older people.
yeah.
Hey,
us-
I understand.
Well, didn't have to agree that fast.
us older people, yeah.
Okay, we'll call the special meeting, April 23rd commission meeting to order. This meeting is only to conduct this interview and appoint temporary county recorder position. Okay, motion to approve our agenda as presented.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second that.
any other discussion? Liza,
Aye.
Marvin? No, it's a public meeting. You don't have to leave. This is being, no. She could have stayed. Yeah, you wanna leave, you can leave. You can leave and then watch it. I don't know, I've not done this, so I don't know the exact process that we should do in a selection here. Do we even voice any opinions, or do we just vote?
However, whatever you guys, it's
Um,
completely up to the board of
I would-
commissioners.
My thoughts, and I don't know if this is the proper way to do it or not, but my thoughts are we all, probably write down, a name and hand it to Shannon. If all four have the same name, we don't really need to go any further. And then we can say who we, would support.
Or if you guys want to recess for a short time so you can add up your scores and process what you want, I think the process would be really just for somebody to make a motion, and if the rest of the board agrees on it.
I'm okay with that too.
And I don't know if you guys need time or whatever, and then I think after that motion, you'd probably make another motion to decide, the wage and so forth, or you could do it all at once.
That's fine with me too.
Separate.
I would
I
say
think
separate,
separate is
just
better.
because you wanna
Yeah.
probably discuss at
Okay.
that point what step you wanna start them at, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
fellow board members, do we need more time to evaluate? Does anyone need more time to evaluate?
I don't think so.
I don't really.
Okay, okay, Mr. Chairman, that being said that we've done our evaluation, I don't need any more time. I'm making a motion that we appoint Shannon Singer as our new recorder, January 4th,
The temporary county recorder.
as temporary.
County recorder.
June 4th, right?
Is it temporary, Shannon? Because she's gonna, as of June 4th, she won't be temporary.
But we want her to come be that position.
I would say that you would say she's temporary until June fourth, and then would take over the appointed position as of June fourth.
That's better.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that
I
was,
I move that we appoint Shanna Singer as temporary recorder until January 4th,
June 4th.
June 4th, and assume full recorder responsibilities after, or commencing June 4th.
There. It's not what you said, it's what you meant. We got it.
It comes out hard sometimes, but
Okay, that was your motion. Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay.
Like, you second it or not?
We just figured we had some time to think that.
Okay.
What if someone else wants to,
we have to have a discussion on this first and vote on it before we can. move on.
yeah, we can have discussion, but my question is now, what if Marvin would want someone else? Do we then this would vote no and
You
we,
just
then we?
don't know if you don't
Okay.
feel that this is what you wanna go with.
Okay, that's all the discussion I needed to clear up.
Okay, okay, is it open for discussion?
Yes.
Thank you. The reason I chose Shannon, I rated her the same as Aaron, and I'm not gonna give you my numbers equally, but Shanna is already here. She's got some knowns that we don't know with Aaron. She's already here, she's proven and tested, we know her. She's really interested in this job, she even applied for the recorder's position, the deputy recorder's position, prior to this, knowing that a full-time position or a higher rate would be available. So she's very interested in, and she's a present resident of our county. So she's proven and tested, we know her, I haven't heard of any concerns. She's here. She has fewer unknowns than any of the other applicants, and she meets all the requirements as I see it. She's fully qualified, in my opinion. That's all my discussion.
Anybody else? I guess I would just wanna voice, chime in and say, I don't disagree with any of, Marvin's thoughts. I have several similar. I'm also an old-fashioned, long-time standing person that says, I'm one of the first ones to say I like to hire local. And so if anything, I struggle with myself on that, because I do wanna support local people, and I feel we should. And especially if I feel that the qualifications are near equal, I'll use that word, near equal, then I wanna give the benefit to even our local person. And I'm not saying that either one of these was more or less qualified. I wanna point that out. I'm just saying, as a general opinion, I still would like to lean towards someone who is a resident already, as Marvin pointed out. That's all I have. Anybody else? Well, hearing none. Marvin, how do you vote?
Aye.
Wayne?
I'll vote aye.
Liza?
Aye.
I'll vote aye. That kinda ends that real quick, doesn't it?
Okay, the other thing, the board should decide is, while she is the temporary appointed, are you gonna start her out at one wage and bump her to another wage as she becomes the fully appointed recorder? And the second thing is, when is her official start date of this position
Because then they're gonna have to advertise.
going to take
for-
place? We
Right?
can't talk about that today though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay,
Oh, what did you ask? What can we talk about?
So what's her starting wage? And will it change?
Right, and her start date, I think we need to discuss at that time.
Okay.
I like how,
Discuss what?
When she should, when she gonna take?
When does this
position?
start
Oh.
for her?
Okay.
and that to Shannon, please.
Would we be out of order to, if we have any questions on any of this, to ask Brenda? Okay.
So, she's here for answers, to get answers.
Okay, well, I just wanna make sure that,
So, to clarify my slow understanding sometimes, I like how Shannon said that, she covered all the bases there. One is temporary wage, do we wanna do that, or full-time wage, when that does occur? The third part she said is, when does she assume this position? And that's the part I need clarified. You're talking about being the deputy, the temporary recorder.
Right,
Okay, not the official.
right.
Right,
Okay,
We know the official one starts
June
June
4th.
fifth,
well, yeah,
technically.
look on the calendar, what is it, June?
The fourth is a Friday.
So June seventh
Seventh
would
would
be
be
her
her.
official start date as the appointed recorder.
Okay.
Because Brenda's last day
Okay.
is June 4th.
So we have officials, is June seventh. Does everybody agree with that? Any concerns?
Yeah.
That's the,
clears
okay.
it up for me.
So now I would like, if it's up to the chairman, I would like to decide when she assumes the position of deputy
Temporary.
temporary recorder.
yes.
Get that word out of
Yep.
my vocabulary today. What do you wanna do, Gene?
I don't know,
I would
what's your
defer to
recommendation, Brenda?
Well, it would be June seventh, wouldn't it?
Well, as the temporary appointed recorder, they're gonna start training under you, because then in the interim, then you'll be hiring a deputy, so
Well, I thought it was gonna be up to the newly
appointed.
temporary to hire whoever they're gonna work.
That's how I assumed it too.
Yeah,
But we don't wanna leave
I mean,
Shannon,
I could still be here.
I was gonna say, we don't wanna leave Shannon hanging by herself come June seventh without a deputy,
Right.
you know what I mean?
I see what
Okay.
you're saying.
I think cause since Shannon's so fresh in her position,
Right.
I think it's beneficial to get that other position in there, so they're both soaking up Brenda's knowledge
So-
before June.
okay,
4th.
so.
So Brenda would be appointing,
I would say that would be, that's how I would read our policy as the department head, which she is until June 4th,
and
does
there,
the hiring and
there's,
firing in their
there's no
departments.
stipulation on number of deputies?
No.
That's,
Because you guys already approved that when we approved to hire this
Shannon.
position.
okay.
So,
So my recommendation would be to start her in her temporary appointed position as of Monday.
This
that's what I was just gonna ask, so what,
And then they can get on,
The 26th.
26th, huh?
yes, is that what they, it's already the 26th, yeah, the 26th.
so that Shannon would start
May third?
temporary recorder position on the 26th.
And then that way
And-
they could start putting out
That's, and then, yep, then Brendan get her stuff together. for-
Start.
Then they can
for
hire,
a deputy,
Yep.
Okay.
right?
Just,
Right.
just for discussion, could we move that 26th to May third, so it's the beginning of a month? Does it make any difference?
Actually, the 26th would be perfect
Because
because
it's
their,
your
Because of their
cutoff.
pay
their
period is
pay
the
period
20th.
is the 26th through the 25th.
Yep.
Okay, that was why I was asking that.
okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually,
Works
She'll be
good.
Fits
paid
quite right.
hourly
Yep.
until,
yeah.
so that would
Okay, so
give,
she would start the temporary position on the 26th.
or no, she isn't gonna be paid hourly. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
appointed
she
hour.
is, for the temporary,
Yeah.
she's gonna be hourly. And then June 7th, she'll switch to the salaried appointed recorder. Right? So
She's not a
April-
deputy, though.
I know,
See,
hold
there-
on, you guys, I'm trying to think here, I think all of my appointed department heads are all hourly except for Ken Miller, because he's exempt, because he has more than 2 employees underneath him.
Yeah.
Also, she might not be able to be salaried, she would have to be hourly until she actually wins the election. Then she could be salaried.
Yeah. Could be.
Oh, okay,
Because of the employment classification.
okay.
So not until after 22.
It'll be the salary wage just broke down hourly. they pick, you know, it'll just be broke down hourly.
If we're gonna break it down hourly, then the 26th works best for you?
Yeah, and now something else just came to mind thinking about this. Elected officials do not accrue vacation and sick leave,
Right,
but appointed officials do.
right.
So we'll have to keep that in mind for 2022's budget, because at that time, then we'll end up paying Shannon's vacation and sick leave out to her because she won't.
Because it'll be ending at that time,
Mhm.
Be-
if she wins the election, of course,
Right.
which.
Yeah, not to be, just, I guess to even help clarify my mind too, she's actually gonna be an employee of the
board.
commission
Mhm.
until the until basically January 1st of 23.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
yep.
Okay,
Right, yeah.
okay.
So then she's it up. So
Someone-
with what you guys are explaining or trying to clarify as being she's an employee of the commission, she'd be hourly
Right,
Mhm.
because she's not elected yet.
And she's not exempt.
Mhm.
and she's not
Okay.
exempt, yep.
Until January 1 of 23, or the person who wins the election
Mhm.
on January, takes that position on January 1 of 23, then they are salaried.
Yep.
Got her?
Wow, yeah, I think so.
Okay,
It's gonna be,
Welcome to the HR world, Gene.
yeah.
so is there any objection to May 3rd then? Or do you prefer the 26th?
No,
The 26th is for the hourly.
I
Well,
would prefer the 26th.
That's what, you're gonna be doing the paycheck, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you can do it May 3rd, I just would have to figure out the hours at this rate and then the hours at a different rate, which is, it's not a big.
So then
deal, but
I'll just ask for a motion that she starts on May 26th,
April.
April 26th. It's not what I said, it's what I mean.
Okay, I got that written down, I think I can do that. I move that
But we need to know what pay we're
We
gonna give her.
need to know the
No.
pay.
That's what he's gonna do.
Oh,
no, first, that's to be the next thing. We
Oh,
talked
you
about
need
doing,
separate
we
motions?
talked about doing that separate, so that's why I'm doing it,
Okay,
yep.
okay, that's fine.
okay.
Okay, I move that Shannon Singer begin her position as temporary recorder April 26, 2021, and her position as recorder June 7th, 2021.
But she's still gonna be hourly after,
Mhm.
until elected position.
Right,
Do I have a
Right.
second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, go ahead, Brenda.
So I was just
Yes, it'll be,
You're-
clarifying
it's gonna, she'll be hourly until,
Held.
She wins
Jan-
the election.
assuming she
and-
wins the
and she-
election.
And then she assumes the position after the election.
yep,
So she'll still be hourly after June 7th.
yep,
Correct,
correct,
until January 1 of 2023,
yep,
if she wins the
assuming she wins the election,
election.
yeah.
the November 2022 election.
Okay, can I read this back? Shannon Singer begins her position as temporary appointed county recorder as of 4/26/21 and assumed the appointed county recorder position as of 6/7/21.
Correct, all you did is you put the word appointed in there, and I appreciate that, works
And
fine.
who, seconded that?
I did.
Liza did. Any more discussion? Hearing none, Marvin?
Oh, do you want to have any more, there's a hand raised.
Oh,
I was just asking, can Shannon be in on the hiring process of a deputy, since I'm not gonna be here and I'm not the one.
that's between you and her.
That's your choice, because you're the
That's-
department
yeah.
head, so you can choose.
That's right. That's up to you and her.
Yep.
I've been told many times, your deputies, we have no say in.
From elected people.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Hey, that would have been a question I would have had.
Nope, you don't have any say in any,
Okay,
any deputies.
any other discussion? Marvin,
Aye,
Liza,
Aye.
Wayne?
All right,
Jean, aye. Okay, now the
salary.
salary,
hourly pay.
Okay,
Okay,
were you
what-
gone when we discussed? Oh, yeah, you weren't at
Yep.
that special meeting.
I was here and I talked about it, and I asked, why did you choose that amount? And you guys explained to me that that
minimum.
was a suggested
Yep.
minimum wage. Now, what I handed out to you guys is what I received from Shanna
Yep.
many moons ago, And it shows the 10 steps. It's just information, okay? If you look at the 2454,
That's the step one broke down to hourly.
that's step one, so she would be at step one. Personally, as a appointed deputy, no, as appointed temporary recorder, whoa, that's hard for me today.
Should've wrote that one down.
Wow.
Yeah, you might have to put a big rating.
I don't have any real concern over the 24.54 an hour. Now, I'm speaking just for myself. When she becomes the recorder on June 7th, I think that wage should be bumped up $2 an hour. And the reason my analogy on that is, as a recorder, she's going to be assuming all the responsibilities of that office. And I don't believe that, and I just used one, I looked at some other deputies, that she was, even at $2 more an hour, she'd still be lower than another deputy in another office, even though she has to assume all those responsibilities. So that's what my analogy was. As a temporary recorder, I don't have any problem with the 24.54. Going into the full-time recorders, all those responsibilities, I'd like to move that 24.54 up $2 an hour.
The 24.54, did you divide that by 160 hours? Is that about what you figured out?
2080. There's 2080 hours in a year.
Well, you
But
took,
this is for a month's pay, right?
Yep.
you
So
took
you
the,
would take the 4254 times 12 and then divide it by 2080.
okay, sure.
And the only reason I had put the step 1, 2, and 3 on is that is where we have been starting everybody is between a 1 and a 3, and it's up to the department head's discretion based upon experience. I feel that since we have been sticking to this salary chart in the past, we should continue to stick to it, because not every department, as you can see, is paid equally, whether they're a deputy or a department head, you know.
That kind of goes all over the board, and I agree with Marvin about that. The 24.54 to start, I think, is appropriate, because she is very new in that office, and I think it's, a good learning starting point as well. But then you wanted to bump her up $2
And
an
that's
hour?
past a step 3 then.
I'm calculating out to step 3 right now.
Okay.
You take 4513 times 12,
And then divide it by 2080. I have it.
It should come out,
it's 2603.
26, okay.
Well, I had 2604, it must have been.
Yes, it is, 2604,
Okay.
exactly. I would agree with, if we move her up to that, I can agree to that.
So start her at a
So
step 1
on,
and
so then on April 26th, you'd recommend that her starting pay be 24.54 an hour, and on June 7th, we move her to 26.04.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, just clarifying, get an understanding. I'm neither agreeing or disagreeing. Anybody else have a idea or
After a
input?
probationary period of time, how much is the percentage that a person goes up normally? Or don't you guys have a probationary time or anything?
No, normally if, as a department head, you look at the salary sheet, and me personally, in the past, I've started my employees 50 cents less an hour, and then after they meet their 6-month probationary period, I give them that 50 cents at that time. And that's how the sheriff's department has always done it too. They start them at 50 cents less than what the salary survey shows, and then after their 6 months of completing their probation,
Then they get the
Then they get
full
the-
first step amount.
yeah, or whatever step they decided to start them at, but yes. Normally, that's just kind of how we do it, is,
And usually the raises have been close to around that too, right? 50 cents?
well, yeah, it's just,
Or does it bounce all over the place for everybody? Okay.
well, not, it's
No.
usually across the board,
Usually it's
but
across, yeah,
it's sometimes bounces between a percentage and a flat dollar.
flat dollar.
Oh, I
yeah.
see what you're saying.
Mhm.
And just as a courtesy to our current recorder, what do you feel about what we're discussing?
Well, I guess I talked to, each of them individually about how much the deputies are making versus a department head. And, like I said, I feel like if you went to work for West River Telephone as the CEO and your office secretary was making more than you were, I think it's kind of hard to swallow, so. That's my opinion.
Okay, but these
But you're,
current, wages we're talking about,
that's more than what your deputy makes
right,
currently.
the top of your,
But the other deputies. I'm
oh,
talking about.
But every department.
But every department is different though,
Yep. Yep.
and it's different on experience too. How long people have been
Okay.
here too.
okay. All right,
And our third motion, Marvin?
I'm ready for a motion. I don't know if anybody has any more discussion on this, but for
No.
discussion,
I'm comfortable with,
yeah, for
With that.
discussion, I'll put this into a motion. I move that Shannon Singer receive $24.54 per hour from April 26th through June 4th, 2021, and her wage become $26.04 per hour commencing June 7th, 2021.
The only issue I have with your motion is can we make those dates butt up back to back? What if something comes up and she's gotta work a weekend? What are we gonna pay her on the 5th and 6th of June? You know what I mean? I think
Then-
they need to butt back.
then make
back
it,
to back.
June
to June sixth.
June 5th, commencing June 5th, 2021.
Okay, so.
Oh, okay,
that
okay,
makes
that's
sense.
good too.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, yep, it'd be that way,
thank you.
because Brenda retires on the 4th. Okay. Okay, do I have a second to that motion?
Second that.
Any more discussion?
Just prior to vote, I would like our auditor to read the motion back to me, please.
Schwer moves Shannon Singer receives $24.54 an hour from April 26th, 2021 to June 4th, 2021, and $26.04 an hour beginning on June 5th, 2021.
Any more
Should we
dis-
add to until the end of her appointment, or
Mm-mm.
just leave it at that?
Yeah, it's-
Okay, all
cause
right.
that can change.
Or from there on?
Because we could, no, I would leave it, because during budget season, this, no.
Oh,
The
you're
way,
right.
Yep.
the way we have it,
Yep.
we want to leave it alone.
Yep,
I get that.
yep,
That'll prevent any further raises.
yep.
Okay.
I know right where Marvin's going with that. Okay. Any more discussion? Hearing none, Marvin, how do you vote?
Aye.
Wayne?
Aye.
Liza?
Aye.
Jean will vote aye. What else?
Just,
Is that all we need?
That's it for the day.
Did you have something, Liza?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, just waiting for you to say we're done.
We're done. A meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Who's gonna tell Shannon?
What's now?
Brenda wants to know who's gonna tell Shannon.